Welcome to day 21 of a month of tarot, and we are spending another day exploring and thinking about the cups. So, these beautiful bowls of emotional understanding. And when we work with the tarot, I think it's really important to check in with how we are feeling on any given day and allow the cards to reflect that, to represent that to us so that we can shift our way past feelings or make the most of good feelings. So, how are you feeling today? How are your emotions? I believe sometimes we get confused within our heads. We lose track of our heart space. We overtalk ourselves. We release and repress our actual true emotions. And the cups can be quite the journey into navigating what our emotions mean to us at any given time. What I wanted to start with today was to read from the Book of Tarot, my book, about the cups. So the cups represent the depths and heights of emotion and intuitive knowing. Some say they are the suit of love, but also the suit of passion, hopes, tears, and fears. Think of every emotion you have ever felt, or worse, dismissed. This is the spectrum. They cover the entire spectrum of feeling. The cards herein are the rainbows of your heart, spanning heartache to a heart fulfilled. Each card provides another little slice of understanding and reflects the depth of your human feelings. The meanings are fluid. Use them as a starting point. So whatever book you're using, whether you're using my book or the book that comes with your deck or another book, or you're Googling the meaning or something like that, allow that to be fluid. Feel free then to add your own interpretations and to understand them as you wish. Each card reflects something new each time it is read, and as such, no understanding them is entirely wrong. With the cups, allow your feelings to guide you. How does each card capture your emotion? What events of your life do the cups recall? So, yesterday we spent some time looking at the story that was being exhibited by the Cups cards, and I wonder how closely that story aligns to the stories of your own life. I think that's often the case. We can look at a card and we can interpret it through a story that we've seen on TV or something that we've read or something that is familiar, like Romeo and Juliet or Titanic or some other love story or emotionally fueled story that has inspired us. But really, the magic happens when we align it to our own personal experiences and stories and then allow that to lead whilst constantly and consistently adding and layering meaning as we gather more meaning from our own life experiences and the things that happen. So, what I would like to do today is for you to pull out your Cups cards. So, you have all of your Cups cards in your hands and put the rest of the deck to the side. And what I'd like you to do is to just gently shuffle your Cups cards. And I'm going to do one for us all as an example card for the community here. So shuffling your Cups cards, I want you to take, when you're ready, one card, whichever feels good to you. I'm not going to look at that straight away. And this card is going to reflect something that is true for us today, something that we will experience today, something, well, as I read it, for all of us, something that perhaps we're learning or growing with. As you pull your own individual Cups card, it's going to represent something individual and unique just to you. And perhaps between us, we'll come up with a bigger picture. So we have the Two of Cups. What do you think when you see this card? What does the Two of Cups look like in your deck? If you have Cosmic Mother, it's going to look like this. If you have another deck, it might look quite different. The Two of Cups here, I painted this to be two individuals, actually myself and my husband, I painted that as, who are they have separate lives, but there's a togetherness. Many people see this card as a soulmates kind of card, a card of union, two people, a meeting of minds. For me, it very much brings that, but along with all of the depths and possibilities that such union can bring. It can be difficult. Each person has their own individual roots, their own tree, their own story. There is a path to be negotiated where each person does not want to compromise too much. We want to retain our individuality, as at the same time we walk together with another person. So where are you at your Two of Cups journey? How does this reflect your relationships or lack of relationships? How would you perhaps like to call this person in? Or if they already exist, if you're already in relationship with someone, how do you negotiate the path forward that feels good to both of you? And what are your individual Cups cards? What's coming up for you, and how does it reflect with this? I mean, we could go on for hours about the meaning of each and every card, but what I wanted to do was to then get the rest of the deck. So everything that isn't a Cups card, and we're going to use that to offset the meaning here to try to add some depth. So I'm going to put that down for a moment, and I'm going to do a quick shuffle and take another card. And I want you to do the same. So get all your other cards, and take one more card that adds to the meaning today. So here we have the Nine of Swords, which, as you can see, as we look at the imagery, as we look at the picture, this person looks like they're holding their body, their head in their hands. They have all of these swords around them, which to me is the swords, as we will come to, are intellectual, their air, their thought, their ideas. It feels like this person is being attacked by their own thoughts, perhaps anxieties and things that we worry about that feel very real and visceral, but are perhaps only in the air around us, the ideas that we think might happen, the anxieties, but that never do. And as this comes along with the Two of Cups, it might be that we are experiencing anxiety around our relationship status, what we hope that could be. We're perhaps thinking the worst, dredging up horrors from the past and applying them to the present, when maybe that isn't relevant and shouldn't happen. So for me, these two cards are asking us to recognize what is truly here, where our roots are, what our potentials are within any relationship opportunities that we have or that we are sitting within, and to recognize that perhaps some of the doubts and the fears and the anxieties that we have, whilst they feel viscerally real, are not as grounded and as earthy and as composted and as direct and as present as what we actually have. So we have opportunity, we have the chance to move forward. This card, this fear, this swords card is influencing that with all of these thoughts that are kicking off in our minds that are perhaps not our actual reality. So I'd love to know what your Cups card was and how your other card came out. What was it, and how does it influence your reading? And you may just want to look at this very basically, like, what are the stories on there? What are the colours? How do they complement each other, or how do they perhaps represent a contradiction? I think here we have, with these two cards, there's a contradiction in what is the reality and what our thoughts are presenting to us. And that's the interesting thing with tarot. And as you all pull your Cups card and your other card, you'll see a picture beginning to emerge, and it's just an interesting way to start to connect with the energies of the cards. So we'll be back again tomorrow exploring more of the Minor Arcana.